Can everyone hear me clearly? And can you see my
Yes, sir.
screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So day 2, language arts. As I said before, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you feel as though you have a point that you need to share, raise your hand, share it, and we will discuss it. All right, let's go. All right. So the first one says select the word that best completes each sentence. The story was dash another book. Is it through, with, by, from? Yes, John. See your hand up.
Sir, the answer is B.
B,
I mean A. A, sir, sorry.
A as in apple. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else? The story was adapted through, with,
Sir,
by,
I would say D, sir.
B, adapted with. Okay.
No, D, sir. D.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Story was adapted from another book. So the story was adapted from another book, which means that the whole idea of this new story would have come from another book. All right, let's go. Same principle. People say it is bad luck to walk, dash a ladder, besides, across, under, inside. Yes, John, I see your hand again. And blessed.
C, sir. C, sir.
Anybody else with a different answer?
I would say C too, sir.
See. Yes. All right, next one. Same principle. To dash did you give the receipts? To what? To whom? To whose? To who?
Sir, I think the answer is D.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. See hand raised.
Sir, I would say B, sir.
Which one? B as in banana?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. To whom did you give the receipts? Okay, so just to pause for a bit. So what I did, I looked through the past paper this morning, and you know it's pretty simple if we apply ourselves. So the questions that we're doing here, they are not far-fetched. They're actually on point with whatever you're going to do in the exam. Next one, in which word is the word above used as an adverb? Which one? Do you know what an adverb is? Yes, John Mark.
Sir, I think the answer is D.
D. All right. All right, talk. Let me hear where you stand.
Sir, I would say D. The heaven showered blessings from above.
All right. Anybody else? All right, let's move on. Okay. Now, let's talk. Now, remember that an adverb is a word that it describes a verb, and it also, or we say modify a verb, and also explains the degree to which something is done, like how it's done, where it's done, when it's done, how much it's done, and how often it's done. No one is above the law. The heavens showered blessings from above. The above are examples of types of rock types. Lacey is an above average student. Okay, so no one is above the law. More like above right there is possibly used as a preposition, seeing that it's talking about position. No one is above the law. The heavens showered blessings from above. Where did it shower it from? Because the verb in that sentence would be showered. So now the adverb would be saying, where does it shower it from? And that would be above. The above are examples of types of rocks. Right here, the above is used as the subject. Therefore, it's the noun in the sentence in C. While Lacey is an above average student. That this one would be describing Lacey, which would mean that it is an adjective. So B would be the answer, seeing that it's telling where it's give me a second. Sorry, I missed that a while ago. It's telling where tells us where it is done. Yeah, how much, how, when, yeah, blah blah blah. All right, cool. Next one. Select the sentence that is grammatically correct. Is it A, Jason as well as his sisters is very intelligent? B, Jason as well as his sisters are very intelligent? C, Jason and technically say is the same words that are used, but they want to know which one is grammatically correct. I've seen this before. I remember once I was teaching some kids and we were using the Junior English Revised. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I would say B.
So B. All right. See another hand. Go ahead and speak.
So I also think it's B.
I think it's B. All right, let's see. And here it says it's A. All right, so give me I'm trying to find something. I remember I had this thing. I really need to read it to you. I do not want to miss on this one. All right, so if you notice, Jason is the subject of the sentence. Now, whenever you use as well as, so it's technically subject verb agreement. Whenever you use as well as, if the initial subject is singular, then you would have to use a singular verb. All right, so let me read the thing right here. The phrase is along with together with, and as well as do not make a subject plural. You see where I'm coming from? I don't want to lose you. All right. So Jason being the initial subject, yeah? As well as really and truly merely added to Jason being the subject, but as well as does not make it plural. So the focus really is on Jason. All right? Everybody? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Somebody's hand is up.
Sir, I was thinking about A and B, sir. I said I was going to choose A, but then I said I was going to choose B because both.
I get it because it's talking about Jason and his sisters, right?
Yes, sir.
However, as I said, I read this and I found it like some years ago because I shared the same thought as you. Whenever you use, like, say you said I just use this Jason is the subject really. However, using as well as adding to that subject, it doesn't make it plural. It is still singular, seeing that Jason is the focus. So we would have to add the verb based on the initial subject. Clear? So when you use along with, together with, and as well as, it doesn't make the subject plural. All right, here's the next one. Select the sentence that is grammatically correct. Everyone have the right to vote in an election. Everyone has the right for voting in an election. Every citizen has the, right to vote in an election. Every citizen has the right to vote in an election. Yeah, go ahead. And I'm listening to answers from 2 persons. What's wrong with everybody else? Oh, I see some answers.
Sir, I would say B.
Which one?
B, sir, but like a banana.
All right, B. All right. Let's see. All right. So this one is D. Okay. Do you want me to move on or you want me to explain? Okay. So you're asking how? Okay. As I said, as I said, it's through teaching that I learned these things, because I'm saying, because it says every, why isn't it just, we just use have instead, seeing that it's talking about every. So when you're talking about like no one, anyone, someone, every citizen, everybody, it's as though you are singling out, based on how you're saying it, is as though you are talking about everyone individually, thus making it singular subject. So when I say every citizens, is as though I'm talking about them one by one. So then I have to use has. And then see it here, every citizen has the right to vote. I can't say has the right for voting. It has the right to vote in an election. Okay. Choose the most appropriate clause that could be added to complete each sentence. Each sentence that should be. We are all exhausted. A. Mark and Sam are brothers. The shady tree. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I think it's B. I had this question at school before.
You think it's B?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, not B, sorry. C, sorry.
C, sir.
Yes, C. Exhausted from the long walk. Yeah. Oh, cool. For his birthday, Adam received a football. A, until his mother called him. B, because his friends said they would attend. C, which he traded for a basketball. D, baseball, sorry. D, unless he play it this evening. Which one do you guys have? Come, Kevoy, I'm not hearing from you guys, man. I'm just hearing from two persons, so, well, three, actually. Somebody's in the chat. I think, yeah.
Sir, I think it is B, as in banana.
B as in banana. All right, let's see. I would say it's C. It would be, all right, so, yeah, it would be C. C for this one. Okay. Which sentence requires a question mark? What an amazing game. Will they be joining us later on? How I wish I were at the beach. Will was absent from school. All right.
Sir, I would say B.
B, sir. B too, sir.
All right. Yeah, will they be joining us later on? What an amazing game would be an exclamatory sentence. Oh, I wish I was at the beach. No, this wasn't really a question. This is as though somebody's expressing emotion. And this one, Will was absent from school, is declarative. Okay, select the sentence which is correctly punctuated and capitalized. Where you light the stove, turn on the gas. Oh, they're all saying the same thing. It's just a punctuation on the. All right. Is that a hand I just heard? Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I'll pick C, sir. C as in cat.
C as in cat.
I would say B, sir.
All right. C as in cat. All right, let's see.
I said C, sir.
It's actually A. So, all right. So, one. So this is, so before you light the stove, so right here it's a matter of using a main clause, so a dependent and an independent clause, which can be separated using a comma. For C, stove is a common noun, it's not a proper noun, so we don't need to capitalize there. So for B, before you light the stove, turn on the gas. Really, it needed a comma to kind of break the thought that's between stove and turn. C has two commas, which is unnecessary, and stove is capitalized. Also, D has two commas, which is not needed, just one will do. So before you light the stove, that's it. Take the break there. Turn on the gas. All right, this one. Ethan's favorite book is The Young Warriors by V.S. Reed. Which of these sentences is correctly punctuated and capitalized? You can give me your answers when you're ready. All right, I see. Yes, John Mark, I see your hand.
Sir, I will pick B as an answer.
Repeat, I didn't hear that.
Sir, I would say, oh,
I would say B, sir.
B. All right, anybody else?
I would say A, sir. Sorry, D, sir. Sorry, D.
All right. All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Ethan's favorite book is The Young Warriors by V.S. Reed. So the title of the book has to be capitalized, and so should the name of the author. In D is close. No, B is close, but what's off is the capital B, and B is a common noun. For C, the Y in the Y in the title, which is in the word young, should have been capitalized. And this one, same principle. Well done, shouted Daniel. That was a great shot. Person say. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Sir, I will pick D as in dog.
All right. Let's see. It is
Sir, I'll choose C.
C as in cat.
Yes, sir.
So well done would be an exclamatory statement or an exclamation. Then following, it has to be in quotation marks because shouted Daniel. And then because Daniel wasn't through talking, we would follow up the remainder of his thought in quotation marks, which would be C. All right. Swan. I'm lost, cried the frightened little boy. In mind the use of the punctuation marks. All right. Go ahead.
Sir, I would say A.
A. Anybody else? Uh-huh.
I will say A, sir, as in apple.
I am person as a person saying C. It's actually A. Remember, let's bear this in mind. Whenever quotation marks are applied to a statement said by something in a written text. At the end of such, you should have a comma when it is not an exclamatory statement or a question. So if the person had said, "Are you lost?" and it had a question mark there, we wouldn't need a comma. And if the person had shouted, "I'm lost," and we had an exclamation mark here, we wouldn't need a comma. But in this being just a regular expression or statement, "I'm lost," follow it up with a comma. All right, next one. Select the word that best completes each sentence. My sister enjoys classic music. Dash, I prefer jazz. Whereas, moreover, because, unlike.
Then what is this word?
Whereas. All right. Go ahead with the answers.
Sir, I think I'll pick A as an apple.
All right. Okay.
Sir, I'll pick A as well.
Yeah. Whereas. It would be whereas. Next one. I went to the movies. Dash, dad, object to my going.
Sir, I would pick C. C as cat.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Kevin.
Sir, I also pick C as in kangaroo. Cat.
All right. Yeah. I went to the movies if dad objected to my going. I went to the movies so that dad objected to my going. I went to the movies even though dad objected to my going. Yeah, even though. All right, next one. What type of sentence states a fact? Is it a subject, interrogative, exclamatory, declarative?
B as in bat, sir.
B as in bat.
Sir, I would say D.
D. All right. All right.
As in dog, sorry.
So let's go through the answers. So subject would not be a sentence. It's actually a part of a sentence, which tell the person or the thing that the sentence is about. An interrogative sentence asks a question. An exclamatory sentence expresses some emotion such as surprise, fear, or pleasure. And an declarative sentence makes a statement, gives an explanation, or states a fact. So the answer is D as in dog.
Sir, and a declarative is also used as a command of doing something, of telling somebody to do something, sir.
Yeah, that would be imperative though. Imperative gives a command. Which prefix is most suitably added to the word purpose to change its meaning? Is it A, on, B, uni, C, multi, D, poly?
Sir, I would go with C as a cat. Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose. Okay.
Sir, I pick A as on purpose.
On purpose. All right. Let's see. It's actually multi-purpose. So, multi-purpose, it means that it has more than one purpose or serves more than one function. Like a multi-purpose stadium. You play football there, cricket there. Can even do track and field there. Track and field events there. It says which suffix is most suitably added to the verb clear to make it a noun. Clearable, clearance, C, ing, ed.
Sir, I pick C as in cat.
C as in cat. All right, anybody else? A. No, let's go. So, clearable means that it has the ability to clear. And if something is clearable, it's actually an adjective because it's describing the thing. It is clearable. Yes, sir. Go ahead. See your hand.
Sir, I would say cleared.
Cleared? No,
Yes,
so
cleared.
cleared would be verb because it would be past tense. She cleared her desk. And then clearing would also be verb. Clearing. What do you think? It's actually clearance. Remember to say you're making it a noun. I think that's the arts. Say for example, let me say clearing, of course it's a suffix. Cleared, of course it's a suffix. And we can use it on the word clear. No, ing, ed, able. Yes, there are suffixes that can be used with the verb clear. But there, in the process of making it a noun, we would have to add ants, which would make it clearance. All right. Select the word which gives the best meaning of the underlined word in each sentence. The coach asked his players to raise the standard of their game in the second half of the basketball match. Is it A, improve, B, increase, C, add, D, better?
Sir, I would go with B, increase.
Sure, I'd go with B too as in bad.
Yeah, boy, Malik, what about you guys? What's your answer? All right. Yeah, it's improve. Because if you're telling players to raise the standard, they actually have to improve a game. Yeah. Next one. They agreed to be very frugal in their shopping because they wanted to save enough money to buy a new house. Is it A, frugality, B, interested, C, wasteful, D, economical?
Sir, I would say economical.
Anybody with a different answer? Yes.
Sir, I pick D as economical.
Okay. This one. Although Alex usually looks unkempt, he had a very neat appearance at his job interview. Is it A, neat, B, ugly, C, orderly, D, messy? We're not talking about the
I would go with D. Messy. Sir, I would go with D.
Sir, I pick D as well.
All right. Yeah, it's actually context clues. So, and you can see it. Over here it says he looks unkempt, and then over here it says he's neat, which are opposites. So the opposite of neat would be messy. All right. Now let's go. So it says, look carefully at the 4 definitions given for the word turn. Use them to answer question 22 and 23 by selecting the definition that best explains the use of turn in each sentence. So the definitions are to change position, to change direction, to become something, to get an opportunity or a chance. So in this sentence, it says, it was now Jody's turn to demonstrate her leadership skills. Go ahead, John Mark.
Sir, I pick A as an apple.
Anybody else? It was now Jody's turn to demonstrate her leadership skills. Turn in the sentence, does it mean to change position?
Oh.
Change direction?
Sir, I would say A.
Yeah, an opportunity. It was her turn. Opportunity or chance. Next one. To get to the National Stadium, travel along Arthur Wint Drive, then turn right after passing the police station. Is it to change position, to change direction, become something, to get an opportunity or a chance?
Sir, I would say number A. Sorry.
Sir, I would pick A as well as an answer.
All right, so it's A. Yeah, that's it. To change position. Next one. The best definition for the word date, as used in the sentence below. To date, Anansi's stories told to me as a child are some of the funniest tales I have ever read. Is it a day of the month, a type of fruit, a social appointment, and D, up to now?
Sir, I would say up to now.
I would say D as well.
Yeah, up to now. Because it says to date. Means like up to now, yeah. Good. Read the advertisement and use it to answer the question below. The use of the word cold in the advertisement suggests A, the opposite meaning, B, negative connotation, C, positive connotation, D, neutral meaning. All right, so for those of you who don't understand what it means by connotation, not saying you don't, when it's a negative connotation, it's actually saying if the way the word is used, is it trying to bring across a negative or a bad idea or concept, and positive connotation is that is it bringing across a good or a helpful or thoughtful idea or concept.
So
Sir, I would go with C. Oh, Sergeant Mark, go.
Sir, I'll pick C as well.
C, delicious, cold, refreshing. Yeah.
I would say C as well.
Yeah, means something. Yeah, positive connotation. One's here about cold drinks. I know who doesn't like cold drinks. All right, next one. Which of the following words could best replace refreshing as used in the advertisement?
I would pick D, sir, as dog.
D as in dog. Yeah, satisfying. Good. Which word has the most positive connotation? A, disabled, B, handicapped, C, retard, D, crippled. Dang. Man, this...
I would go with A, sir.
Anybody else?
I would also say A, sir.
A. Yeah, if you're talking about, say, somebody who is, say, paralyzed, the best way to probably say it is that the person is disabled. You're saying the person is handicapped or retard or crippled wouldn't be too nice or, you know, or really a good way of saying it. All right, let's go. All right, it says so you must read this passage and then tell what the main idea is. So go ahead. The main problem of garbage is the harm it does to our environment. Solid waste is sometimes blown by heavy winds. The fetid odor and stench it gives off is unhealthy. Garbage dumps are infested with rats, insects, and vultures making a search for food. Burning causes poisonous gases to spread easily into the air. Waste matter thrown into the sea pollutes the water and destroys life. We need the sea for recreational purposes. As the problem grows, it is a task which we cannot ignore. Which of the following best states the main idea of the paragraph? Is it A, the environment harms garbage, B, garbage harms the environment, C, people are disposing of garbage properly, and D, air pollution is caused by burning of garbage?
Sir,
right,
I would
Mark.
go with B, sir.
Repeat.
I would go with B, sir.
B. Anybody else?
B, sir.
B. Yeah, boy, I'm not hearing from you. I'm not hearing from you. No. All right, thank you. Move on. All right, it is garbage harms the environment. So let's talk for a bit. What are some of the clues or what are some of the hints as to how you or that you use to select your answer?
Because, sir, when you started reading, you could already know that the main idea is going to talk about how the garbage is the harm. It is harming the environment, sir. You could just read the main problem of garbage is the harm it does to our environment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have garbage dumps are infested with rats. It says that, and there it says the main problem of garbage is the harm it does to the environment. That alone. Next one. Which sentence least supports the main idea? Is it A, there should be garbage bins in school? B, as a problem grows, it is a task which we cannot ignore. C, we need the sea for recreational purposes. And D, the fetid odor and stench it gives off is unhealthy.
So I pick A as an answer.
A. Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, I would be A as well. I will pick A too.
Okay. Let's see. C is the answer. All right. The fact that the focus is on garbage, yeah? The first sentence, there should be garbage bins in schools. Mention garbage through the need for garbage bins. B, as the problem grows, it is a task we cannot ignore, which is garbage, disposal of garbage. We need the sea for recreational purposes. Based on, we could not use this as a support for the main idea. And if we backtrack the main idea, garbage harms the environment. By this, we would need garbage bins in schools, and it's a problem that we cannot ignore. And the odor and the stench is given off is unhealthy. So C would be the least supportive point here. All right, next one. So you should read this, do the same thing. Josefina this is Josephina, like to stand just in front of her house where the life of her papa's ranch was going on all around her. From here, she could smell the sharp scent of smoke from the kitchen fire. She could see cows and sheep grazing in the pastures. Yellow grass rolled all the way to the dark green trees on the foothills of the mountains. And the mountains zigzagged up to the sky. She could hear all the sounds of the ranch, chickens clucking, donkeys braying, dogs barking, birds chirping, workers hammering, and someone laughing. The sounds seemed like music to Josephina. The wind joined in the music when it rustled the leaves on the cottonwood trees. And always under it all was the murmur of the stream. The passage best reminds the reader of A, day, A, in the country, B, on a sugar plantation, C, in a factory, D, at the beach. Go ahead. See the hands raised.
Sure, I think the answer is A.
Answer is
I would go with A as well, sir.
In the country. Can you see all of these things that people doing the country? You don't have people in the town using wood fire. We don't see cows running up and down in Montego Bay and sheep grazing. This would more like be in the countryside. All right, next one. Which figure of speech is used in the phrase, the murmur of the stream? A, metaphor. B, personification. C, simile. D, rhyme. Okay, hands up.
I would say metaphor, sir.
Metaphor. Anybody else? That was two.
Sir, I pick C as an answer.
Repeat.
I would pick C as an answer.
C. Okay, so let's talk. Well, none of those answers are correct, so don't feel anyway. Let's talk. No, a metaphor is when you compare two things by saying one is the other, like the boy is a monkey. Not that the boy is a monkey, really, but if we think about the qualities of a monkey, like the agility of the monkey, is that the monkey's ability to climb and to reach those high points in a tree. If we say the boy is a monkey, then you could attribute the boy climbing the tree in like manner as a monkey. A personification is when you give human qualities to a non-living, to a non-human object, like the trees dance in the wind. Trees don't actually dance. They're just, it's just the manifestation of the direction that the wind is blowing in. In this case, a simile now is when you compare two things using as or like. So the boy climbed the tree like a monkey. So you compare the the boy's climbing and the monkey's ability to climb using the word like. The burger is as hot as fire. Not that the burger is really, so hot that it can burn through plastic. We're actually, emphasizing the temperature by comparing it to something else that we know that is hot. You know that fire is very hot. So the temperature of a fire to the temperature of a burger would tell you that the burger is hot if we say the burger is as hot as fire. So we use as there to compare the two things. A rhyme is when we have like ending sounds which go along, like sound the same way. The cat in the hat likes to use a bat. Fat cat, so the pig in the wig likes to jig and eat fig. So you hear the ig sound, wig, pig, jig, ig. Now the murmur of the stream. Can a stream murmur? And you know what it means, the murmur.
No, yeah, no, sir.
No.
Stream can't murmur.
Yeah, only humans can murmur. So what they're actually doing here is personifying the stream. So it's actually personification. So just for you to remember, in any case where a non-human thing is being spoken of as a person, you're actually using, as the name suggests, personification. So you are speaking of the thing like a person. So like, all right, say two cats, and you hear like the cats out there doing their usual, the sound cats make when they're about to fight. And probably my son runs in the house and say, Daddy, the cats are arguing. No, they are not. Only humans argue. But we are actually speaking of them as humans or as persons, thus we are using personification. All right, let's move on. So read the poem below, use it to answer the questions. The rabbits, all right, I'll let you read that on your own. I'll give you 2 minutes, starting now. right. All right, ready? Oh, 1 more minute. 1 more minute.
Sir, I'm finished reading. My first answer is B, and my second answer is C.
Okay, so the first question says, what is the theme of the poem? Rabbits can be white, black, or even gray. B, rabbits are innocent animals. C, rabbits are little and strong. D, rabbits have a unique tail. So if you have B for the first one, you are correct. What are the similes in stanza 2? So stanza 2 is, let me show you. Let me get so you're having struggles identifying the stanzas. Stanzas are like the verse of a poem. So up here, would be stanza 1. Down here would be stanza 2. All right, so I remember I just explained simile, so nobody is supposed to get it incorrect. So?
Sir, I would say C.
C. On the race like thistlewood, and they race like thistlewood and bounce like a ball. All right. Because they're comparing the racing to thistledown, sorry, and bounce like, and they're bounce like balls. Yeah, nice. Next two. What message does the poet wish to convey? Which of the following is used mostly through the poem? So let's go. What message does the poet wish to convey? Is it A, rabbits are animals that are deceptive and should be hunted? B, rabbits are unique animals and should be cared for? C, rabbits can be a nuisance to man and should be destroyed? D, rabbits eat grass. Go ahead, John Mark, I see your hand.
Sir, for number 1, I would say B. For number 1, I would say B, and for number 2, I would say A.
A. Yeah.
I would go with for number 1, sir, I would go with B. And for number 2, I will go with rhyme. Same thing as John Mark, sir.
Yeah, because if we look closely here, it says, all right, it says, all right, we have long and strong, hop and stop, calls and balls, pace and face, flat and that, due and you. All right, so that's it. All right, moving on. There you go. This one's off. Don't even bother. Middle error. All right, read those stories, then answer the question. What are you going to play? Wait, give me a second, please.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, John, go ahead. Which stories have named characters have two named characters in each of them?
So I would pick Alicia Scott and Max gets lost.
Right. And that is
I
yes.
was reading, sir. Sir, I was reading story 1 and 2, but I was reading story 1 and 2, but I didn't get to read 3, sir. But I can already tell that it's Alicia Kite and Max getting lost.
All right, yeah. In story 1, you would realize that they only named Jalen. They only named Jalen. While in story 2, you have Alicia and James. You can see that there are two characters in this one. You have Kylie and Max, two characters being named. So it's Alicia and Max get lost. All right, this one. So read this paragraph and use it to answer the question. Wait. Use the note of how I hold the C. It's the middle. Sandra was a family friend. However, when she visited us, she and my sister, Janine, would go at each other for no valid reason. A conversation would start pleasantly, but it would end up in a bitter argument. This caused unpleasantness in their relationship, which best describes the relationship between Sandra and Janine. Yes, John?
So I think the answer is C.
C. All right, Kevoy, Malik, need answers from you too. Come talk to me. What do you guys have for your answers? C. All right. It is trained.
I will go.
Can't be pleasant because they're always arguing. Cardiac. No. Go ahead.
I was raising my hand to answer, but it didn't look like you saw me. I was going to say be strained, but I was going to wait until you called my name so I could answer, sir.
Okay. All right, next one. So read this poem and then answer the questions. The broom seller. He pedals his bicycle down the street, dust on his face, dust on his feet. Broom, broom, look at him ride. His feet stick out on each side. Broom, broom, see him go, riding fast or riding slow. His cap is yellow and green and red. The brooms are balanced on his head. I really think that if you or I tried the trick, we would fall. But there he goes, head held high, walking the streets with his clear long call. Buy my broom to sweep your room. Broom.
Sir, for number 1, I would go with D. D. Dust on his face and dust on his feet.
Sir, for number 1, I would pick D, and for number 2, I would pick A.
All right, let's go. The difficult life of the broom seller is best expressed in the line, dust on his face, dust on his feet.
For number 2, I'll go with B, sir.
The skill of the broom seller is best seen in, I would say, yeah, the brooms are balanced on his head. Because he doesn't hold it. Yeah. He doesn't hold the broom at all. Okay. The poet's feeling towards the broom seller is one of A, pity, B, admiration, C, disgust, D, trick. What do you guys have for this one? All right. Somebody says admiration. And yes, John, go ahead.
Sir, I pick A for number 1, and for number 2, I would say A as well.
All right. B. So number 1 would be admiration. That's 41. Which of the following, hold on, let me see the next one. It says, which of the following is not true of the broom seller? A, he's always riding. B, he is skillful and hardworking. C, he enjoys selling broom. B, he has a powerful voice. Oh. All right.
I'll say D, sir. Yeah. D, sir.
Well, for that one.
Oh, he ordered.
Yeah, because think about it. If he is balancing the brooms on his head, riding fast would not be a priority of his. It wouldn't be something that he should do. All right, let's go. Look at this table. Answer the question. I'll be giving you guys break at 11:30. Almost at break period. Okay, go ahead.
Sir, from my opinion, I would pick A as an answer.
Okay. Which of the following is an opinion based on information presented? A, it can be concluded that 2010 was a good year for sales. Okay. B, in 2006, more sports cars were sold than motorcycles.
I would go with B, sir.
C, the sale of motorcycles will continue to rise. And then D, the customer service at the store is excellent. All right, now hold up now. Let's chat for a bit. remember, an opinion is a notion, an idea that's based on you. That is how you feel about something or your thoughts towards something. A fact, however, is something that is irrefutable, can be proven, and we have the data or the information to back it up. So, for example, I think burgers are the best food in the world. That's my opinion. No, there are other foods out there that persons prefer more than burger. So they could say the same about that food that they prefer. However, trees have roots would be a fact. That's not an opinion because you can't have trees without roots. So in this case, it would be the customer service at the store is excellent. Let me explain. For A, hold on, let me get this marker. Yeah. For A, of course, we can conclude that 2010 was a good year for sales because in 2010, they had their highest number of sales for each item. 390 was the highest number of motorcycles sold in a year. 825 pickup trucks were the highest, or was the highest number of sales for motor pickup trucks. Sports cars clocked 1,121. These are facts. This was a good year. The sales can prove that. You see where I'm coming from? So that would not be an opinion. You guys see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
2006 more sports cars were sold
Yes,
than
sir.
motorcycle. Most definitely. That is a fact. We can prove it. It's irrefutable. The sale of motorcycles will continue to rise. Of course, this is a fact. Look, move from 285 to 301, move from 301 to 342, move from 342 to 390. So for the upcoming year, we're looking towards even more being sold. The numbers are there to prove it, irrefutable. No, the customer service at the store is excellent. No, all of what was here in no way mentioned customer service. However, we can say, all right, if so many people are going here to buy, if they're always getting sales increase, that must mean that these people treat their customers well, or the service provided is top notch while they keep on increasing. I could say that. That could be my opinion. On the flip side, though, people are buying from them because they are the only persons who sell these items. People are buying from them because their prices are cheaper. People are buying from them because they are easy to deal with. There are so many things that we could assume or have an opinion on, which would be no way based on the facts that we have here, or that would not be factual. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, nice. Let's jump.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one. Which statement is true? A, there was an increase in motorcycle sales over the years. B, there was a decline in the sale of pickup trucks. C, 2008 was the worst year of sales of motorcycles. And D, the sale of sports cars show no increase. Which of those
Sir,
statements?
I will go with A, sir.
Go
I'll
ahead.
go with A, sir.
All right.
So I will go with A. So
All right, let's see. A. Now, what they did here with these questions, the first one was an opinion, and then the second one was a fact. If you look, motorcycle sales have increased over the years. We can prove it. It is true. Let's go. Next one. So read this, and then all right, go again.
Sure, I think the answer is B.
I will go with B as well, sir.
Okay, there are beautiful creatures. They are so graceful to watch as they run through the forest. It is hard to understand how anyone could do anything to harm these beautiful creatures. The sentence best states the author's perspective. Which sentence best states the author's perspective? The author thinks there are too many deer running through the forest. B, the author does not favor deer hunting. The author thinks deer harm the environment. The author favors deer hunting. If you have B for your answer, it is correct.
Oh God, this is so
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on. So last question. Dolphins have suffered from the carelessness of humans. Many dolphins are killed each year in fishing nets. Oil has also been spilled into the ocean water, polluting the dolphins' environment. Which sentence best states the author's perspective? The author thinks that humans are helping dolphins. The author thinks that humans harm dolphins. The author thinks dolphins are dangerous. The author thinks dolphins suffer from carelessness. Wow. All right. Bless and John Mark.
I would go with Ace. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, both. Yeah, but just give me answers.
I will go with A, sir.
Go with A. Okay.
Sorry. I mean B. I meant to say B, but I said A instead. Sorry.
So the answer is
The B.
author thinks that dolphins harm the environment, that humans harm dolphins. All right. So we'll break here. You come back at 11:20. Yeah, 11:50. Sorry. All right.
It's B. I was looking at it and I know the answer was B, but then I accidentally said.
All right. So remember, we resume at 11:50. All right. Jump back to where we were. We were at, yeah, this one. So it's past there. So here we go. Study this extract from an index and use it to answer the questions. Go ahead.
Sir, for number 1, I pick C.
Number 1, I pick C. Okay. Which pages are specifically for wheelchairs? Anybody else? Is any other answer? Yes, go ahead.
Sir, for number 2 now, I pick C as an answer.
So let's see. Anybody else? All right, let's move on. So it says which pages are specifically for wheelchair users? All right. This one, it's gonna be, C, because it says disabled travelers. And we know that persons who are disabled sometimes move around in a wheelchair. All right. Let's move on. The next one, where can you find out when shops close? And this one says 275. It says business hours. So business hours would take in when shops close. Next one, sorry. Which piece of information will not be found on page 17? Is it A, timetables for bus services? B, how many Jamaican dollars you get from $1? C, the number you need to call for an ambulance, and D, the code needed to phone Mandeville. Which information will you not find on page 17? Let me go back to the chat. Go ahead.
Sir, for my answer, I pick B as an answer.
B. All right. Then said D. All right, the answer would be timetables for bus services. All right, so area codes would be those numbers that you put before the actual phone number, like 876. The next one now is, page 17, it says climate. It says emergency numbers, exchange rate, while timetables for bus services, no. Okay. This one, it says use the map to answer the question here. It says, if you are at church, where would you travel to get to the bank? A, right along Duns Road, then on to Palm Street. B, straight along Palm Street, left along Johns Road. D, at the department store.
Sir, I would say straight along Palm Street.
All right, let's see. Straight along Palm Street. Yes, if we're at church,
So,
where is church?
so I was about to say.
So here is church right here. Here's the bank. So we just travel straight along Palm Street. Very good. All right, very good. Very good too, kid. Next one. Where would you find this school? Post office, Allen Street, across from Allen Street, Duns Road. Where would you find the school? All right. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, D as in dog.
And,
I will go with
all right, let's see. So here is, so it says post office. Where's the post office? Is right here. But it's not at the post office. It's actually across from the post office, which is not an answer, which means A is out. Allen Street. Here's Allen Street. And school is right here. So no, B is out. Across from Allen Street. Across from Allen Street would be Duns Road. And here is school and here is Duns Road. So it's between C and D. And the answer is D, Duns Road. You guys see it?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Next one. A student is conducting research on climate change. Which would be the most useful source of getting information on the topic? Somebody say A. Anybody else? So want to know about climate change? What would be the most useful source?
So I would say A as an answer.
A. All right. Let's see. It would be an encyclopedia. Wouldn't be a table of contents. Table of contents would be how we would find the page that the information is located on. But if we want to find the actual information, we'd have to use the encyclopedia. Yeah. Next one. Rick did a research on the spare time activities for children between 12 and 15 years and children 16 to 18 years. Which of the following would be best for presenting the information? So Rick did a research on the spare time activities of children between 12 to 15 years and 16 to 18 years, which are the following. So the following would be best in presenting information. All right, go ahead.
So I'll pick A as an answer as in and.
Oh, as in, so a Venn diagram. All right, anybody else?
Sir, I would say a table, sir.
Table. Anybody else with any other answer?
Yes, I mean C. I mean C.
All right, let's move on. Table. 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 If we were looking at the activity, I would say, if we're talking about a Venn diagram, we'd probably be looking at like the number of students who like, so I would have to give them a predefined set of activities, which means instead of finding out the activities that they do in their spare times, we would actually have a list of activities and see how many would, how many likes this, how many likes that, and then we can use our Venn diagram if we were comparing two things, yeah? But seeing that it's a list of activities, table would be good. Okay, let's go. So it says, read the paragraphs and answer the questions. Let me read. Reggae and soca are similar in many ways. They both began in the Caribbean. Similarly, these two styles of music appeal to Caribbean audiences. Soca, like reggae, has many well-known artists or performers. Both musical forms are performed with a range of musical instruments. Another feature common to both forms of entertainment is the blend of music and lyrics which move the listeners to express themselves in dances. Reggae music was introduced to Jamaica in the early 1960s, whereas soca music was performed in Trinidad in the early 1970s. Reggae entertains audiences through the world and is more recognized than soca. On the other hand, soca is popular mainly in Trinidad and Tobago, targeting our audiences at fetes, especially carnival celebrations. The lyrics of reggae are different from those of soca. Reggae lyrics deal with real life topics such as poverty, hunger, peace, love, and unity. In contrast, soca gives its listeners an escape from real life problems and life's stresses. Reggae is a blend of catchy lyrics with lively, rapid rhythms and energetic tempo, unlike reggae music, which has varied beats from a one-drop style flow to an energetic beat to a slow jazz rhythm. Which of the following best describes what the writer does in the paragraphs? A, the writer names two types of Caribbean music. B, the writer lists ways which reggae music and soca music are similar. C, the writer describes reggae and soca music as types of Caribbean music. The writer explains how reggae music and soca are similar and different. What do you have for 54? What do you have for that one? Go ahead, give me an answer.
Sir, I have for number 1, I have B. For number 2, I have B again, and for 3, I have for number 3, I have D.
All right, anybody else?
For number 54, sir, I would say B, sir. The writer lists ways which reggae and soca are similar and different.
Anybody else with a different answer? Okay.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Sir, Sir, I have to go leave now.
All right, take care. So the one that for this one, the first one, it's gonna be D. The writer explains how reggae music and soca music are different. As you can see in the first paragraph, it says reggae music and soca are alike and similar in many ways. Then it use words like both, like, say both, I would say both. So actually, technically what they're doing, or essentially what they're doing, is comparing and contrasting. It's also, you have whereas, which would suggest a difference. We see where it says one is more recognized than the other, difference. You have words like on the other hand, which is contrast, a word for contrasting. We have in contrast, which shows or highlights difference. Unlike highlights difference. So they're actually telling how they are similar and different. Which of the following could possibly be a concluding sentence for the paragraphs? Bob Marley is a popular reggae singer. Reggae and soca are both enjoyed in the Caribbean region. Soca music is the most popular music in Trinidad and Tobago, and reggae music is more enjoyed worldwide than soca. And for this one, we have B, reggae and soca are both enjoyed in the Caribbean region. The last one, which sentence does not give one of the similarities between reggae and soca? Which one, what do you have for this one? Oh, somebody said C. Somebody leave C in the chat.
So I said D as an answer.
D, so A, the lyrics of reggae are different from those of soca. Soca, like reggae, has many well-known artists or performers. Both musical forms are performed with a range of musical instruments. Reggae music was introduced in Jamaica in the early 1960s, whereas soca music was performed in Trinidad in the early 1970s. To go back to the question, which sentence does not give one of the similarities? Does not give one of the similarities. All right, and we will go with this. The lyrics of reggae are different from those of soca.
Did he really kill the dog?
All right, moving along. Almost through with the paper, almost finished. Sure. Very, very good. You guys are doing a good job. We have 3 more after this. So, the paragraph below was written on the whiteboard in a classroom. Use it to answer the question. Almost everyone owns a telephone. It says it has been it has become a most important part of everyone's life. Most of us have have difficulty imagining what it could be like to live without it. Write an essay explaining how people use the telephone for business pleasure and emergencies. Be sure to include examples where possible. Which of the following represents the most important piece of information in the paragraph? Is it A, almost everyone now owns a telephone? B, the telephone has become a most important part of everyone's life? C, write an essay explaining how people use a telephone for business, pleasure, and emergencies. And D, be sure to include examples where possible.
I would say A, sir. No, sir, sorry. I would say B, sir. The telephone has become a most important important part of everyone's life, sir.
Okay. Anyone else?
I will also say B.
Okay. Malik. Which of the following represents the most important piece of information in the paragraph given? What's your answer? What would you choose for this one? All right, C. And C is the answer. Let me explain for those of you who probably got it incorrect or disagree. The instructions said it was written on a whiteboard in a classroom. So as a student looking at it, which would be the most important piece of information in the paragraph? And because it's a task, it would be what you're supposed to do. You must write an essay explaining how people use telephone for business, pleasure, and emergencies. Even though it has mentioned about the importance of telephone in everybody's life, and in the baseline of everything is that you are to write the essay. All right. Let's move on. All right, read this paragraph. Answer the questions that follow. Tornadoes and hurricanes are both destructive. They are similar in the damage they cause to people and property. Tornadoes, like hurricanes, are formed when warm air meets with a cold mass of air. However, tornadoes occur more frequently than hurricanes. They are also small storms, but are more severe and destructive. A zigzag pattern of a tornado averages about 16 miles in length and quarter mile in width. On the other hand, an entire hurricane system can be about 500 miles in diameter. The speed of a hurricane is 75 to 150 miles per hour, while the winds of a tornado average about 260 miles per hour. I, which is the dash right there, hurricanes, which begin in warm seas and moist winds of the tropics, tornadoes are formed over land. They occur in the spring and the early summer months in the temperate regions, whereas hurricanes can occur from August to November in tropical regions. Which signal word could be used suitably to replace the word while in the paragraph? John Mark, I see your hand.
Sir, I think the answer is D.
D. Okay. Anybody else wants to give me an answer?
Sir, I think I'm going. Oh.
Go ahead.
I think I'm going with C, sir.
C, whereas?
Yes. Oh.
All right, let's move on. Which signal word is best suited at I, right here? Is it A, destructive, B, unlike, C, similarly, D, equally? Go ahead, go ahead.
Sir, I think the answer is B, online.
I will go with that too, sir.
Go with what? Go with what?
B, sir.
Unlike
Yes.
unlike hurricanes which begin in warm seas and moist winds of the tropics, tornadoes are formed over land. Very good. And the last one, which signal word could best be used to replace the word whereas as used in the passage? If you don't know where whereas is at, here it is. Go ahead.
Sir, I will go with A. A as for apple.
A as for apple. Anybody else? Same or different answer. Then this one, bam, would be however. All right, and that we are at question 60, which is the last question. And
For real, sir, we'll get more.
thought you'd get more? Oh, you are definitely going to get more. You're definitely going to get more. No, don't stress yourself, kid. Do not stress yourself. All right, so what I did, just as yesterday, I have a form here with language arts questions. And in like manner, it will provide you with an answer at the end of or at completion. Hold on. It's loading.
Sir, I love sushi, so I'm looking forward to sushi tomorrow.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And so am I. And I have a I have a wide range of questions for you to do. So
That is going to be awesome.
yeah, man, I have a wide range of questions here for you to get done. The most I want to know is that everyone is here and everybody can access all the information. Hold on. Okay, good. Very good. All right, so I'm gonna share a link with you. All right, good. Very, very good. So it's not a lot of questions. All right. So there's a link in the chat. Try and see if you can complete that.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Are there going to just be multitask or writing in the curriculum-based test, sir?
No writing at all, just multiple choice. However,
Okay.
you'll have noticed that there is the difficulty in the questions it relies heavily on comprehension. So even if you do, writing would be easier than merely selecting from the options. But if you realize the difficulties remain the same amidst them just being multiple choice questions.
Okay, sir.
All right, cool. All right, so let's do that in the chat. That's how we'll close the day. Let me know when you're finished.